You turn off the lights in your living room, cast one last glance at your peaceful fish tank, and notice the gravel is moving. You step closer and realize the entire bottom of your aquarium is crawling with hundreds of tiny snails that weren't there this morning. This is Melanoides tuberculata, better known as the Malaysian Trumpet Snail. They're small, usually topping out between 1 and 3 centimeters, and identified by their elongated, screw-shaped shells featuring 8 to 15 distinct whorls. Because they are strictly nocturnal and spend their daylight hours buried deep in the substrate, you could easily go 6 months without realizing a massive colony is living right under your fish. When they finally emerge in the dark, that element of surprise creates instant panic. Most hobbyists assume their pristine ecosystem has fallen victim to a malicious parasitic infestation that needs to be eradicated. This triggers a sharp divide in the freshwater aquarium community. New keepers often reach for harsh chemical treatments to wipe the tank clean, while advanced planted tank aquarists actively purchase these exact same creatures for their setups. The question is why? What exactly are these seemingly invisible scavengers doing underground that makes them so highly valued by experts? To answer that, we have to look past the fish and the plants and examine the hidden microscopic dangers accumulating at the very bottom of the aquarium ecosystem. In a standard aquarium substrate, organic waste constantly sinks and wedges deep into the gravel bed. As this buried waste decays, bacteria consume all available oxygen, creating suffocated anaerobic dead zones. Here, a different bacteria takes over, producing highly toxic hydrogen sulfide gas. If these gas pockets build up pressure and release into the main water column all at once, they can instantly suffocate the livestock and crash the entire ecosystem overnight. Left untouched, a static substrate layer becomes a chemical time bomb that requires constant physical intervention to remain safe. The Malaysian trumpet snail provides the biological solution to this buildup, operating much like an earthworm does in soil. By constantly burrowing, they mechanically plow the substrate. They turn over the sand, consume the trapped decaying waste, and physically break up those toxic hydrogen sulfide pockets long before they can reach lethal pressure. They are famously capable of creating massive swarms, which comes down to their reproductive biology. These snails reproduce through parthenogenesis, meaning females can clone fully formed live offspring without a mate. Reproduction follows a strict rule. Cloning is dictated by available waste. Minimal food yields a stable snail population, balancing the scale. But dumping excessive food provides unlimited fuel, triggering their biological programming to rapidly multiply and process the massive load. The midnight snail explosion represents a perfectly scaled biological response to an ecosystem overloaded with excess fuel. A massive swarm of trumpet snails serves as a diagnostic alarm, signaling a consistent habit of overfeeding. The primary natural fix is straightforward. By strictly limiting fish feeding to whatever they can consume in a 2 to 3 minute window, you slowly starve out the excess snail population over time. You can also introduce specific biological predators. Assassin snails will hunt them efficiently, while fish like yo-yo loaches are experts at cracking their shells to manage the numbers. For quick manual removal, try the zucchini trap method. Drop a piece of blanched vegetable onto the gravel before you go to bed. By morning, the snails will cluster onto the food, allowing you to lift them right out and discard them. Returning the tank to a healthy state requires modifying your own behavioral habits rather than declaring an all-out war on the cleanup crew. Whatever you do, avoid the common mistake of dosing your main tank with copper-based fish medications. Copper is instantly lethal to all invertebrates. Resorting to chemical removal triggers a catastrophic secondary effect. The sudden mass die-off of hundreds of underground snails creates an ammonia spike as they decompose, which will quickly overwhelm the tank's biofilter. You also need to watch your water parameters. Trumpet snails require hard water rich in calcium to maintain their structures. If their shells suffer erosion, it serves as another visual indicator that your water chemistry is too soft or acidic. So the next time you check your tank at midnight and spot movement in the gravel, let it bring you peace of mind. Those ripples mean a tireless crew is working the night shift, keeping the foundation of your ecosystem safe.